Hi, me again, Bari, and I'm working on the Holiday in London duffel bag. Today is zipper placket day, and I wanted to just make sure that you also know that the handles I didn't do a video for because I figured they were sewn so very similar to how the strap is sewn, but I do want to mention to follow those instructions closely and to double reinforce your your handles, because I don't want you to get out there with your bag full of stuff and have it fall apart on you. So make sure you go over your stitching more than once, and let's get on with the zipper placket. I've got a lot of great tips for you. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're preparing the end of the zipper. You can see I've cut off the end of the zipper, and if I were to move the little thingamajigger from here, the zipper pull, I would end up pulling the zipper right off the end. So we need to create a stop for it because we cut the stop off. And so how to do that is to do a zigzag stitch in place. Now you need to make sure that you set your machine as wide as the teeth of the zipper. And so to do that, I've made my mark here 1/2 inch away from the end of the zipper. And I've set my machine to a 0.1 for the length and a 7 for the width, which is about right for my machine, I'm thinking. But I don't want to just start sewing, because if I hit that middle zipper, my thing is going to break, and my needle's going to break, and it's going to come shooting up, and it's not going to be pretty. So I'm hand cranking the machine, and the 7 seems like it's just enough. That's as wide as mine will go. If it went any wider, I might pop it out a little bit more. And I'm actually going to stitch in place, so I'm bringing it down to a 0. And then I'm just going to start sewing. Maybe 10 or so in place. I'm using a contrast thread here so you can see it, but normally I would use just a regular matching thread. I'm going to do a little bit more. I really want that to be a nice size stop for the zipper. Pull that up. And then you can see where I've made a little stopper for the zipper. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the placket. Okay, so here I am. I'm getting ready to sew the zipper placket. And what you do to do this is, one of the great things I love about this bag is that you sew the lining and the outside of it together at once. Some other bags that I've seen, you actually sew the whole outside of the bag and then you stitch in the lining by hand, and that's not my favorite way. So I love that you can finish it by doing the lining and the zipper together. So what we're doing here is we are making a zipper sandwich. And I've got the lining piece right side up on the bottom, and I'm going to put the zipper on. Now, normally I might pin it in place, or I would go baste it, and today I am going to go to glue basting like we were doing before for the strap. And I'm really, really loving this method, and I'm just thinking this is going to be so perfect for zippers. Anyway, thin line of glue. And then place the zipper right along the edge on top of the glue. And now if you have a plastic zipper teeth, be careful not to iron the plastic teeth. Here I have metal teeth, so I'm all good. This is going to be so great. It's just going to all stay in place without any problem. Make sure those edges are nice and lined up. And then once I'm done gluing the zipper on here, I'm going to take the outside zipper placket, which is this one, which I've pre-quilted, and I am going to place that wrong side up, right side down. So the right side is facing the right side of the zipper, and I'm going to glue that on next. So after I do that, I'll go to the sewing machine. Okay, so I am sewing the zipper placket. I've got my zipper foot on, and I'm about 1/4 inch from the edge. I've got the lining side up because I'll be able to feel my zipper more easily and not hit the metal. I'm coming up to the zipper pull here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew just about to it. I have the zipper open for the meantime. And what you can see is sometimes the zipper pull, which is this lump here, will get in your way as you're sewing. Or it'll wiggle the zipper foot. So what you want to do is just reach under, lift the foot up, and wiggle the zipper pull past where you've sewn already, and then just continue along. So I'm just going to sew this whole side up, and when I'm done, I'm going to press it and then top stitch, and I will come back to show you the top stitching. Okay, so I've got one side of my zipper placket sewn with both the lining and the outside, and I'm just going along and I'm pressing this all back. One of the things that you want to make sure is that when you press it, that the lining and the outside become lined up. You don't want to start your top stitching on here. You're just going to do right along the edge here. You don't want to start that top stitching if these two pieces aren't lined up, because then you'll have trouble putting it all together later. So make sure you do that. And the other thing is, in the original instructions did not say that once you finish your zipper placket, because the next thing you're going to do is repeat what you did here on the other side of the zipper. Once you finish your zipper placket, to trim each side of the zipper placket equally on each side so that it becomes the width of the side panel. The reason that it was written this way, I purposely made each of these to make it so that it's going to be bigger than the side panels, because I don't know what kind of zipper you're going to buy, and I don't know how close to your zipper teeth you're going to sew. So you could end up with narrower, or you could end up with bigger. So I decided to just make it bigger, and that way you could just trim it down and make it the right size when you're done. So it should be the width of the side panels, which is what you're going to sew it to. So that's that, and I will see you next week when we start on the pockets.